I highly underestimated the iPhone 17 Pro's camera, but this thing is an absolute beast. OpenGate, all the different codecs, Apple ProRes RAW, like it's actually insane how good this camera is. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ryan. I'm a filmmaker and photographer trying to get better at my craft every single day. Now, if you want to get the most cinematic footage out of your iPhone 17 Pro, you're gonna have to do a couple of things. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is download a third-party app. Now, this is gonna allow you to have complete control over all your ISO, shutter speed, just the whole exposure triangle. Because in the regular camera app, there's only so much you can do, and it's kind of confusing because they've made everything so minimalistic. I personally use the Blackmagic camera app. It's completely free, and I think that's what most people end up using, just because it's so, everyone loves Blackmagic. And the second thing you're gonna wanna do is get some sort of case for your iPhone that allows you to put filters onto your iPhone. That way you can put like ND filters, blackness filters, stuff like that. Very helpful tool. I'm using one by SmallRig, and it was relatively inexpensive. I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks for the case. The lenses, or the filters on the other hand, were a little more expensive. And I think Freewell has their own case and filters, and it's a little bit more minimalistic and tiny form factor, which I would love, but it was just, that was gonna be way too expensive, and I wasn't gonna spend, I think, $350 on my iPhone on top of already, having the iPhone 17. So I think the case itself from SmallRig was about $50 or $60. And then the filter kit came with 5 different filters, and that was about $120. So already, like, I thought that was a lot. As someone who's not formerly a iPhone shooter, because I never thought I would be using an iPhone to film anything, to be honest with you. But this has actually completely changed the game for me. So going into the Blackmagic camera app, I think whatever frame rate you set it at, it'll automatically double the shutter speed. So if I have it at 24 frames a second, it'll automatically lock at 1/48 for the shutter speed. Same goes with 30 frames, making it 1/60, 60 frames, 120, which is just like super nice. I don't have to worry about switching everything. You can unlock that. I might have done a setting where I just locked it, but that just makes my life easier. And I've been shooting a lot of the footage in 30 FPS, which is not normal of me, but I thought the 24 frames a second looked a little too, like it almost looked like it was 20 frames a second rather than 24. I don't know if that's just something I was doing wrong, but yeah, I thought that was weird. When it comes to an iPhone where it doesn't have dual base ISOs or just stuff like that, I'm very hesitant to go above ISO 800 on any camera really that doesn't have dual base ISO. So I really tried to shoot things below 800. With all the footage you're seeing on screen, I think it was really anywhere between like 50 and 400 ISO. I really like that you can get below 100 ISO on this because it's just tremendously helpful. The ND filter that came with the SmallRig kit doesn't have that many stops of ND. So I'd find myself like having the image way too bright outside and realizing, oh, you can't go below 100 ISO. So that was extremely helpful. Note to self. The lenses on this phone, there's the wide angle lens of 13 millimeters, and then there's 24, and then 100 millimeters, which is like kind of insane. The 100 millimeters looks really crisp, in my opinion. The 24 does as well. 13, I don't usually use that too much. It requires more light, I've noticed in my case. The 48 millimeters and the 200 millimeters, I think is like just a 2 times cropped in. So it's not going to be as crisp as the 24, 100 mil, whatever. You'll probably lose a little bit of quality in that. When I've used 48 millimeters, I think that's probably my favorite focal length on this because it's just a great focal length. And if you're already shooting at 4K, like, it's going to come out pretty good, especially if you do color grading, especially if I put a mist filter on there. That way it kind of softens the image a little bit because iPhone tends to have a bit of a sharper image in my opinion. I think the 48 millimeters looks absolutely fantastic. I've not messed around with the 200. To me, if it's like 200 zoomed in, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm getting with that, to be honest. And I think that far of a zoom, it's the lower quality is just so much more visible, I guess. So that's something I really try to stay away from. But stuff like, I'll do a lot of shooting in the gym. 24 millimeters is great. Even the 13 mil, the wide angle lens, is like really good. In really well lit places, it looks really, really good. And I think I said this earlier in the video, like I'm not one to have, I never even had the desire of shooting on the iPhone because it's like, oh, it's an iPhone, that's kind of cool. Like, I always thought, no, it looks really bad, I'm not gonna do that. Well, this has completely changed my whole view on mobile filmmaking altogether. And I think getting the ND filters and being able to control all of the whole exposure triangle, I mean, that's just, it's made it game changing. And there's particular reasons why I would use this camera versus my Sony a7 IV or ZV-1, stuff like that. There's a time and a place for it. I think one of the biggest features that I really like about this new iPhone is the fact that it can shoot in log. I like to color grade every single one of my pieces of footage, and having the flexibility in post to control pretty much everything in that color space, it just makes me love the camera even more. Also, you can import LUTs onto the Blackmagic camera app, which makes it just like 20 times better in my opinion. One thing I will warn you about shooting on this iPhone is just the fact that anything you shoot is gonna be extremely large in file size. And I'm talking like a minute clip is probably gonna be 20 gigabytes. Like it's kind of insane. So I've been using this Lexar 1 terabyte. I was trying to get a 2 terabyte, but it went just like straight up in price around the holidays. I've shot maybe like 30 minutes total, just random shots here and there, and I've used up like 500 gigabytes. So it's kind of crazy. Also, if you want to shoot an open gate, Apple ProRes RAW, Apple ProRes RAW HQ, you have to have one of these external drives plugged into your phone to capture everything, just because the file sizes are so big. Like I said in the beginning of this video, iPhone 17 Pro has completely blown me away. I use it a lot for the gym because it's just so small. I don't want to bring my big cameras inside. And so that's been very helpful. Yeah, everything you're seeing in this video was shot on the iPhone 17 Pro, other than the shots of the iPhone 17 Pro itself. If you guys have been using this camera, what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? If you guys did enjoy this video, please drop a like and a comment. It really helps out the channel. I'll be coming out with more videos on the iPhone 17 Pro in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next one.